So I opened Kiwi Farms today and I saw an absolute gem, or a total gem of a headline, okay? And I had to talk about it. I had to. And I'm not going to get into full details. I'm not going to dissect this because I'm not that autistic, or not as autistic as the guy we're going to be talking about today, or he literally has autist in his bio. So you know it's bad, alright? You know it's bad. And essentially, what happened is this guy was exposed, or he was exposed for harassing kids. And as you can tell by the thumbnail and title, you know what he does next, alright? You know. But we'll get into that. We'll save that for later. And I want to thank a user named Loveshot on Kiwi Farms for posting this and letting me know of this insane situation. And I'm gonna read their post and I'll read some of the document exposing this guy, okay? Because it is unusually short for what we have today. As when you see people get exposed, it is unusually short, and I'm gonna read it. So I'll get to the post first, but stick around, all right? And I hope you enjoy. 22-year-old attempts S over Forsaken drama. Okay, so right off the bat, crazy sentence to read, okay? And not something I was expecting to read today. But, I guess, things happen, okay? And there's a tweet here by the person, I guess. It says, I do want to say sorry to the ones I'm leaving. Sorry to the ones I've wronged. Sorry to Solar Room, Renzo, Hirsch, the entire affected dev team, youngins I've put on blast. Sorry to my wife, and everyone who I've been a major dickhead towards. Okay, so, you know, average suicide bait post. All right, you see this, you don't think he's gonna do it. Maybe he's, baiting or whatever. Maybe that's the case. You think that, okay? And you have Gino and his wife were recently exposed for harassing teenagers. As a result, he was blacklisted from numerous games and his collabs canceled. All right, so he's lost jobs over this. I don't know if there were jobs. They're probably just like his autistic passion, and he loved the games. He wanted to help make them or whatever. That was probably the case, alright. And they got canceled because he was bullying little youngins, alright. Not cool. Not cool, dude. Not freaking cool. But I guess that's the case, okay. So here we have his statement before he did what he did. Alright, December 23rd, 2025. He says, I genuinely can't handle it anymore, bro. Too much is happening at the same time. I can't do this. My mental state cannot handle this at all. Alright? That's what he's saying. He's replying to his projects being canceled. And we have this guy from another project, I presume. He's like, collapse for King Burst being canceled whilst Gino is being sent disgusting shit in his DMs is not doing too good on his mental state. Fuck, man. Or maybe that's someone he knows. Maybe that's not a project manager. Or I don't know. But that's what he says. Alright. And this is another tweet from him. He says, my entire online presence is fucking ruined, man. I'm such a fucking idiot, bro. That apology doc didn't do shit. I'm being doxxed and degraded over this shit, man. Niggas are treating me like I groomed someone. I'm so fucking done. And I do kind of feel bad because he didn't groom anyone. Just to be clear, alright? That did not happen. But he's playing a kid game. He's playing kids games. He's playing Forsaken, bro. Like, are we serious? And he's bullying kids, and I guess that's not cool. And that side of the interweb or whatever. I guess that's not cool. But yeah, man, it's kind of messed up. They're treating him like he touched the kids or some shit, but he didn't do that. But I think he did do something a little drastic. All right. And plus, this guy has like 500 followers, just to be clear. So I just have to make this clear. Even though he did jump, alright, 4 stories, alright, he is alive and he is in critical condition, okay, as you can see from the screenshot. He's alive though, just in critical condition. He is alive, alright. What did he do? What happened? 4 stories. Dude, this has got to be like the most insane DM exchange ever. Well, alright, well, not DM, alright? This got to be the craziest Discord message ever, alright? He asked, what did he do and what happened? He just says 4 stories. I mean, you could assess, alright, what he means from that, bro. But like, 4 stories. Dude, it's like this one meme where it's like oblivious commenter. It's like, what happened? What does this mean? And then it's like asshole 47. He's like, it's horrible. You don't want to know. Alright, I'm gonna put it on the screen, bro. But this is what it reminds me of. But he's alive. He's all right. 4 stories. That's all. That's all that happened. That's a lot of stories, though. Like I would say, you'd probably die from that if you jumped. No, but he's in critical condition, so he's close. We don't know what's gonna happen. All right. I hope he'll be fine. Okay. I don't really know the guy, but I'm wishing for his recovery. If you wanted to know the spark in this disaster, all right, what caused this? Allow me to show you this document. And I'm not cutting context or anything, I promise. This is the whole document that sparked this, from what I can tell, from what I got from the post, okay? So, what actually happened? Written by Solar and some others. Trigger warning, slurs. This document is to only inform people on what happened before Gino and I, as well as some other things that he and his wife Shackles have done. I do not support any acts of harassment, and if found harassing anyone, you will be blocked. Alright, good sentiment to promote, alright? I don't think that they are bad people, just people who make bad choices and need to learn from their mistakes. This has been mentally draining for me for a long time, dealing with this forsaken news, and now with my great grandfather's death and upcoming funeral, it's getting to me, so this will hopefully be my last time I ever talk about this. For context, this all happened between September until now. This started when I was 16. I turned 17 on October 24th. Gino, the creator of Kingverse, is 21 years old. His wife, Shackles, is 23 years old, 5 months pregnant, 5 months pregnant, and is a Roblox software engineer. If you have any questions or concerns, my Discord is. I'm not gonna read that, blah 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 blah, okay? But as you can see, this is the document that started everything, okay? How? There's nothing in here, bro. This is like this is less than half a page, right? It's in like centered format, all right? If you put this in right alignment, or you got rid of the indents, this is like a paragraph at most, okay? Paragraph or two. So this is insane, all right? This caused this dude to jump, all right? And I'm not saying it's this person's fault. It's not at all, all right? I think this other person is just very immature and could not handle whatever the fallout was from this, alright? And if there was a lot of fallout from this, I think that's pretty deranged, okay? I'm not gonna lie, that might be a little crazy. Because how, bro, what possible reactions could come from this short ass document? I don't know what these people were saying to him, alright, but I'm gonna assume that it's insane. And I kind of feel bad for the guy. Or maybe he's just very fragile. Or he's a sensitive dude. All right, they hurt his feelings. Maybe that's what happened. But dude, this sparked a flame, and now we have what is probably one of the most crazy Roblox situations ever. I'm in terms of like not absolutely horrifying, but like just insane. Okay, and yeah, I don't know what more there is to say about this. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Alright, shout out to Love Shot on Kiwi Farms. And I hope that you enjoyed. Okay. And I'll see you in the next video.